Today is March 11th, 2014. Bringing a trade recap, well, a non-trade recap, but I just, this was too great of an opportunity, not to go over. And plus, I just want to piss and moan for a little bit. But this is plug. To me, was definitely the trade of the day. I shorted this yesterday. Let me get. Pre-market yesterday in the high nines, and got squeezed out right at the open, and it really pissed me off because I left the sheet over there, but I actually went through and benched myself because of this poor trade. Because as I reviewed my trading rules, I broke like 2/3 of my trading rules on this trade, and just pissed me off, and I benched myself in essence. But so in hindsight, I made a good trade by getting out right at the open, because you can see, yesterday it went to, let me change my zoom here. It went to 1150 yesterday, and then faded back a little bit, and then gapped up again today. So actually getting out at the open yesterday was pretty wise, but it was terrible entry. It was stupid to short it there. But just a little background on Plug. I'm pretty sure they're fuel cell, and all the fuel cells are running, but Plug has just been insane. Here's a 6-month chart. As of beginning of December, this is a 75-cent stock. And as of today, it was a $12 stock. And then, today was the day. Let me go today. You can see that it kept hit 1150 a couple times, 1140, 1150. And then, because it's given no signs whatsoever of a good short entry. Everybody in the world has wanted to short this. Guys in Uzbekistan are shorting this stock, but there's never been a good short on it yet. I'm not saying guys didn't make money. I'm not saying that there weren't breakdowns, but every one of them was a fake out, and it spiked back. But today, you can see here where it took out the day low at obviously you'd like to short the top, but you can see where it takes out this day low at 1040, and then it's just fucking party time, man. This thing is straight down to, as of right now, let me go one day here. As of, right now, it's $6. Okay, so that is 50% off its highs today, and $4 off of this breakdown. You can see where it just falls off the cliff. Now, I'm sure a lot of guys would have covered into this spike, but this is probably just all short covering, and then it tips over again, comes up, and then it just fades and fades and fades. Now that's a 1-minute chart. I'm sure if you probably back up a little bit, let me look at a little different time. Right there, look at that. On a 15-minute chart, it's like, again, you short at that high tens level. And if you're looking backed out a little bit and not looking at every tick on a 1-minute time frame, there's like no point where you would get scared out of this. So the lesson of today is, this is actually one of the most frustrating things about shorting penny stocks, is that 90% of the time you will be right. When you will be right when you screen for these stocks up ridiculous numbers. It's $1 billion company, and I don't even know if they have $1 million in sales. Who knows? They're terrible. Okay, but the dilemma is, and this is where I get back to the most frustrating part, is exactly what happened to me yesterday. I've been following this stock for 2 weeks, and yesterday I finally say, oh, I'm going to short it. Well, I lose. Okay, I break my rules. I do all these. I exceed my stop loss. But then next day, again, I shorted it like 990. I'd be up, 30%. Say I held all the way to the bottom. So that's one of the. It's not ironic. I don't know what I got to get my dictionary out, but frustrating is what it is. Is that you can be right and lose money. But the thing is especially a stock like this, I probably took too big of a position size. When these things are just going crazy like it has been, the smart play, even if I did short it yesterday and was early, I should have went in smaller. I could have held through. Well, geez, I wouldn't have. I would have never held through a $3 spike. But anyway, say you didn't enter pre-market yesterday like I did. I mean, you can short these stocks a little smaller and then wait for this 50% retracement. Or say you start into a starter position and add and add and add. Now, as long as you're honoring your rules and you're not exceeding your stop loss, just look at that candle. Oh God, that's beautiful. I mean, these are as a diehard short seller. I mean, these are the kind of charts I want to. I may send this thing to one of those online printing companies and get a poster made out of this thing. So again, it's exciting. It is frustrating, but it really makes you love and appreciate what penny stocks can do. I mean, it's one thing to sit there and say, "Oh, I know Apple's going to $1,000, and 5 years from now it goes from 500 to 1,000," and you're like, "Oh yeah, I knew it 5 years ago." Fuck that, man. Look at this. I mean, you can get a 50% gain in hours. I mean, when did it really collapse? Let's bear with me here. Oops, no, one day. This is stocks to trade, by the way. I'm learning it. I really like it, but I'm learning it. But so I mean, 1 o'clock. So you've got a. I mean, obviously the top was at the open, but at 1 o'clock it cracked 1040 and dropped, $3.40, a 30% gain in hours, and who knows what it'll do tomorrow. I mean, it could continue to collapse. I mean, remember, this stock is up from 25 cents in November, December. So again, frustrating, but exciting at the same time. So good luck with your trading.